The movie opens with the introduction of a planet, Trenzalore, which had sent a mysterious message to all the dark corners of the world to come immediately. Even without understanding the message, everyone came. The Doctor, who is the main protagonist of the story, is troubled by the message and also goes to investigate. He is curious why everyone has come when they cannot even understand the message. He gets a call from his companion, Clara, who requests him to pretend to be her boyfriend for Christmas dinner. While talking to her, he gets the signal of the arrival of another spaceship, and on investigating, is attacked by robots. Clara sees the Doctor's time-traveling spaceship, the TARDIS, arrive in her kitchen and finds it inside. He dresses up and meets her family. Turns out they all saw him because he only projected his clothes on Clara's visual cortex. They both go to cook turkey in his time machine and are informed by his robot assistant, Handbot, that he has identified the planet from where the message had come as Gallifrey, the Doctor's home. He gets angry because Gallifrey has gone, but Clara says maybe he saved it. He replies that even if the message came from that place, it is still not his home. In outer space, another spaceship, the Church, arrives, and he tells Clara that this can get them to the planet. The ship belongs to Tasha Lem, the Mother Superius, and she invites them on board. The Church is an organization dedicated to making peace and protecting people, and Tasha is the head of it. Tasha and the Doctor go to a room to discuss the matter of the message, and Clara is left alone. Tasha tells the Doctor that if anyone had landed at the origin of the signal, blood would have been shed. But the Church came before anyone else and shielded the planet with a force field. Anyone could break their shield, but they are scared to go first, but the Doctor says that he'll go. Tasha teleports Clara and the Doctor to the planet to find the source of the message and be back in an hour. They get to the town, but then go back to their own spaceship and later return to the planet in it. There, they meet a couple who tells them that the town is called Christmas, and since it is a truth field, no one can lie in there. Looking for the message source, they enter a tower and discover a crack in the universe, and that someone is trying to get in from the outside. Turns out the message is being projected through that rip in the universe. The Doctor provides his Handbot with a decoder, and he translates the message. It turns out to be Doctor Who. The Doctor then says that if he answers the question, the Time Lords will come back, and if they come back, hell will break free. He asks Clara to go to the TARDIS and do what he says. Tasha talks to the Doctor and warns him that if he speaks his name, the Time Lords will return, and there will be a war that will never end. But the Doctor promises to protect the planet. Clara goes to the TARDIS and does what he says, but turns out he played her and sent her back to Earth. With the passage of time, the Doctor stood true to his word. His enemies found different ways to enter Christmas, but he fought them and always won. The Doctor aged and felt the effect of long years spent on the planet. After 300 years, the TARDIS comes back, with Clara stuck to its door, still young. She fights him for being sent away, and then they hug each other. He tells her that the others cannot attack unless he unleashes the Time Lords, and he won't leave Christmas, because others will burn this place down to defeat the Time Lords. She tells him to change the future of this place, but he tells her that he cannot keep changing forever. There are only 13 versions of it, and this is his last regeneration, where it all ends. Clara and the Doctor are summoned at the church. Tasha comments that this situation cannot continue, but he says that it cannot end either. She tells him that the Kavarian chapter broke away and traveled back in time. To prevent the Doctor reaching Trenzalore, they destroyed his time capsule, and in all this, they created the crack through which the Time Lords are calling. She then tells him that the Dalek paradigm attacked the mainframe, and she passed away shouting his name. It turns out that everyone has been murdered, and is now a Dalek puppet used to lure the Doctor into a trap. In the meantime, the Daleks arrive. Tasha, now a puppet, attacks Clara, and the Daleks tell him that either he or Clara will be eliminated. The Doctor calls the church useless, and Tasha snaps out of the Daleks' hold and defeats the Daleks. He asks Tasha to take them to the TARDIS before the Dalek inside her wakes up, but she says that the force field will only last a little longer, and he asks her to fight the Daleks inside and out. She tells him to go to the TARDIS and fly away. Inside the TARDIS, Clara makes him promise that he'll never send her away. She goes to fetch the turkey, and when she comes back, the Doctor is gone. She opens the doors and is back at her own place. With the passage of time, the enemies of the Time Lords attack Trenzalore, and only the Church stands with the Doctor in the way of the Daleks. Clara is back at her place when she sees the TARDIS arrive, but instead of finding the Doctor, she finds Tasha inside. She asks Tasha about the Doctor, and in response she takes her to Trenzalore. The place is under attack. Tasha tells her that he shouldn't be alone at the end, and asks her to go to him. Clara goes inside the tower and finds a very old Doctor. The Daleks arrive at the town and demand for the Doctor to be eliminated. The Doctor says not to worry because he has a plan. Clara stops him, but he says that they saw the future and this is how it all ends. She asks him to stop it, to change the future, but he declines. He hugs her and tells her to stay in the tower, stay safe, and become his last victory. He says goodbye and leaves. Clara goes to the crack and tells the Time Lords to do something to help him change the future. She tells them that if they love him, they should help. She gets away from the crack, and it suddenly closes. The Doctor goes to the top of the tower and tells the Daleks that they have been trying to finish him for centuries, but he is passing away of old age. They reply that he will have to perish so that the Time Lords will never return. The crack opens up in the sky, and he gets a new cycle of regeneration to fight the Daleks and end the fight on Trenzalore. He uses his regeneration to defeat the Daleks, the Cybermen, and other aliens to save the universe and end the conflict. After the fight, Clara goes to the TARDIS and finds a new, young and regenerated Doctor. She comments that he has not changed his appearance, and he replies that the regeneration has just started and is taking longer than usual. The time has changed, and a new Doctor will arrive. He tells her that he won't forget even a single day of this life. She begs him to not change, but he just smiles. The movie ends with the Doctor regenerating into his next incarnation. The regenerated Doctor asks Clara if she has any idea how to fly the TARDIS, and the Doctor's journey continues.